Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Nick Push. It is Wednesday, October the 14th. Why am I telling you what day I'm recording this? Well, because I can't believe it, but we are almost halfway through October already. That's fucking insane. Anyway, I am continuing my videos every single day in October, and I got another cool ranking video for you guys today. Today, I am going to rank my top 10 favorite, I'm going to say that word again, favorite sequels in the big three horror franchises. So stick around and find out what's number one. So like I said, I am going to be ranking my favorite sequels in all the big three horror franchise. And the reason I emphasize the word favorite a couple times there is because if I was ranking from best sequels, it might be a different ranking. All film can be subjective, and this list is no different. So we're going to get right into it, but I am not going to go into massive details on all these movies. You guys have heard me talk about what my main thoughts are on these movies, so I'm not gonna, spend 5 minutes on each movie. I'll, spend 30 seconds or a minute on each movie, maybe, and just kind of go from there. So let's kick this off right away with my 10th favorite sequel in these franchises, and it is our most recent sequel, Halloween 2018. Okay, so like I said, this is the most recent sequel we've gotten from any of these franchises, so it's pretty fresh in all of our minds for the most part. Don't take the ranking at number 10 as a knock on this movie. It's really not. It's a compliment. Any movie in this list is a movie I like. I have major issues with this movie, but there's so many things that I do like as well. So many things that they got right for the first time in forever. I love The Mask. I love that they got rid of the brother-sister angle. I love that it felt like Halloween. Wasn't a big fan of the no stalking and some of the creative choices they made. But overall, if it's on this list, I like it. It's at number 10 for me. Coming in at number 9 is going to be a movie that actually, today, October 14th, 2020, is the 26th year anniversary of its release. And I am talking about Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Alright, so this movie I really enjoy that it was dark. The creativity was ahead of its time. Obviously, fans weren't ready for this meta approach to horror. They would be in a couple years when it was done in a little bit of a different way. But this is a great sequel. It made Freddy scary again, even though this wasn't Freddy. I love all the performances in this movie, and like I said, the concept of it, pretty damn good. Pretty genius by Wes Craven. Rest in peace. So it's at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is going to be the batshit crazy plotline of Halloween 3. Man, you guys know I love this movie. No Michael Myers. Who cares? It's still awesome. Tom Atkins, you're the man. Conal Cochran, great villain. Great ominous setting and, just eerie atmosphere to this movie. It really feels like Halloween, and I love the score. So if you want to hear me go into more detail on this movie and all the other movies, check in with later videos or previous videos. I'll go into more detail at some point. But for now, Halloween 3 is at number 8. Coming in at number 7 is going to be another kind of black sheep for a while of a certain franchise. And this is going to be A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Another sequel that I personally did not very much like when I was a child, but it's really grown on me. And the reason it's grown on me is because of dark and scary Freddy. Obviously, in the later sequels, Freddy turned into a goddamn cartoon character joke. pissed me off. Yeah, yes, he had some funny one-liners. Whoop-de-doo. That's not why I watch a horror movie. We'll get into a certain movie that mixed it correctly soon. But A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, great sequel. Very dark. I know there's all kinds of different story and continuity issues on, what Freddy can do and can't do. I get all that. I get the subtext. Don't care. I like Scary Freddy, and he is arguably one of, if not the most scary versions of Freddy we get in this movie. So it is at number 7 for me. Coming in at number 6 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 2 again. Another film that I really enjoy. Once again, you got a dark version of one of these movies before it got kind of lighthearted. Obviously, this is the introduction of Jason as the killer. We don't have the hockey mask quite yet. It's got, as you guys know, you've heard me say before, and it's heard me say in other videos, that Ginny is my favorite final girl in these franchises. She's fantastic. Great payoff, great third act. Love this movie. Love the vibe of the lake and, the setting in the North Woods. Just a great follow-up and movie I very much enjoy. So it's at number 6. Coming in next at number 5 is going to be Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So let's just get this out of the way. I hate the goddamn mask. I can't stand the mask. You guys might think I'm crazy, but it is, in my opinion, the worst mask in the series. I think it's distracting. The fact that I think the mask is as bad as it is, and the mask is important in a Halloween movie, but it's as bad as it is, or at least that I think it is, yet I still have this movie ranked as my 5th highest sequel. Tells you what I think of the rest of the movie. I love it. I love the Loomis scenes in it. I think they're fantastic. My favorite Loomis in the series, our favorite version of him that we get in the series. He's borderline crazy, but not Halloween 5 crazy quite yet. He's ranting and raving. The introduction of Jamie Lloyd is fantastic. Sheriff Meeker's awesome. They really tried to capture some of the spirit of the original, and in some aspects they succeeded pretty well. So I really like it. It comes in at number 5 for me. Coming in at number 4 is going to be Friday the 13th Part 3. Look, I know this movie has some acting that is not very good, as most Fridays do. But this has my favorite version of Jason we get in Richard Brooker. He obviously gets the hockey mask in this movie. And it has my favorite final chase, maybe in horror history, with the third act of this movie of Jason vs. Chris. I love this movie. There's some nostalgia in here, as this is the first Friday film I ever saw. But I really enjoy it. I can watch it all the time. Yes, it gets a little slow in the second act, but the balls to the wall third act and some of the kills in this movie are fucking awesome. So I love it. It's at number 4. All right, top 3 people. Coming in at number 3, and actually I just noticed there is one sequel from each franchise in here. So that's still left. So that's pretty cool. But at number 3 is going to be Dream Warriors. The perfect Nightmare sequel. The perfect mix of Freddy, funny Freddy and scary Freddy. Welcome to prime time, bitch. You got that line. You got all kinds of shit. Probably the best collection of characters we've gotten in maybe in any of these movies, but for sure in a Nightmare movie. And Kristen and Nancy and Kincaid and Joey and Taryn and that whole group is just fantastic. So I love this movie. This is actually the first horror movie I ever saw. I saw it when I was 5 years old. And 30 some odd years later, here I sit. So can thank this movie for that. But I love Dream Warriors. My favorite Elm Street sequel by far. All right, number 2 is going to be Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. This is actually my favorite Friday movie. I know a lot of people have Part 6. You'll notice Part 6 was not even on this list, which I think will shock people. I'm not the biggest fan of Part 6, but I don't hate it. I just like all these movies better. I love how dark Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter is. We get our most brutal version of Jason. Much like Dream Warriors, we have the best collection of kids and actors in the Friday series. And it's just a badass, dark sequel. Corey Feldman is great in this. Ted White as Jason, like I said, is fantastic in this. Probably the best quality and quantity of kills combined that we get in this. Some of the kills are just fucking brutal. So the quintessential slasher movie in my opinion, and it's at number 2. But Be Still My Heart, number 1. Nothing can take the place of Halloween 2, 1981. You guys have heard me talk ad nauseum about this movie. I've made other videos on why I love this movie. I will probably make other videos in the future on why I love this movie. It's my favorite sequel in all of these franchises. Picking up the night where it left off, the setting of Haddonfield Memorial, all the kills, Loomis, it's just perfect. If you want to know all of my thoughts on this movie, go watch one of the other videos. I don't want to waste your guys' time, but that is my favorite sequel of these 3 franchises. So, what do you guys think? What's your favorite sequel? Am I crazy for not having Jason Lives in here? What do you guys think? What do you guys agree and disagree? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys watching as always.